in your book, A Mic for All Seasons, you mentioned your relationship with Barry Trotz, who interestingly you roomed with very early in your career, but maybe even more interesting is the fact that your friendship survived a sort of arrest prank from Barry.
Yes, it did. Actually received a text from Barry last night. I sent him the book. He just received it, so I'm sure he'll be interested to read about some of those anecdotes from 30 plus years ago. Again, my first job, Baltimore Skipjacks, American Hockey League. I was 22 years old. Barry was 26 or 27. He was hired as the assistant coach. And at that level, to save money, the front office sometimes would pair the broadcaster and the bus driver together on the road as roommates. But in our case, it was the radio guy and the assistant coach. So Barry and I roomed together for 2 seasons in cities such as Utica, New York, and Binghamton, New Haven, Connecticut, Portland, Maine, Springfield, Massachusetts. And he was the best. It taught me so much about hockey, about life in general, life on the road. And I taped an interview with Barry, as I would often do before many of the games. And on this particular night, something he said came out funny. It came out wrong. I can't remember exactly what it was. I didn't use it on the air, but the mistake I made was going to play this cassette tape for some of the players. And word got back to Barry that I was kind of making fun of whatever it was that he said. And he told me, I'll get you back one of these days. So 4 months later, I forgot about it. We fly up to the Maritimes in Canada. It's the only time we flew all year. And it was 3 flights in one day, Baltimore to Boston, Boston to Halifax, Halifax to Sydney, Nova Scotia. And we had been told that because we were traveling on a regional jet, the hockey equipment, the big hockey bags and the sticks would be the priority, and that a lot of our personal luggage would not make it until the next day. So we get off the plane in Sydney on the steps down to the tarmac, small airport, and there's a gentleman at the bottom with a clipboard, points to my name. Is this you? Yes, please come with me. They bring me into a small room. 2 gentlemen start interrogating me, and then they transfer me to an unmarked car, and they start driving around. And I have no idea what's going on. And the questions are, is your passport valid? Have you ever been arrested? Have you ever done anything illegal? Anybody you know in trouble? Did you have anything illegal in your luggage? And I know that the answer to all these questions is no, but I have no idea what's going on. Finally, about 15 minutes later, they pull up to what looks like a hotel. And they said, we have one last question for you. Do you know Jim Wiseman? And Jim was the security chief for the Capitals and the Skipjacks. We all knew him. It turns out his brother was the police chief up in Sydney, Nova Scotia. So this was a whole prank set up by Barry Trotz and Jim Wiseman. They got one person every year, a rookie, someone new to the organization, whether it was a player, a trainer, in my case, the radio broadcaster. So that was a prank fake arrest that Barry set up in 1991 or 92. And he's still talking about it all these years later.
How long did you wait before ever making fun of Barry Trotz again?
Yeah, that probably didn't happen after that.